Okay, so today we're covering, as we continue in our series, the big tech and federal government contracting. Today we're going to cover VMware. We'll dig into those details. But first, just a little bit about us and this series. You can find all of our webinars over on our YouTube channel, along with 700 other government contracting videos. The channel is free to subscribe to, and you can download, again, all of the webinars there. Our PowerPoints are over on a website called slideshare.net. And again, you can log in there for free using your LinkedIn credentials to get the PowerPoints. A little bit about us. We are based in DC and primarily help companies with federal contracting services with an emphasis on GSA schedule support. So we help companies from start to finish get onto the schedule, as well as post-award support. In the event that your company is selling to government contractors, we offer advertising opportunities in our newsletter, webinars, and at our events. There are sponsorships available in all of these places. Speaking of events, we do have one coming up on Monday, December 9th. It's over at the Kennedy Center. We expect 300 to 400 federal government contractors, including the list here of sponsors. As far as the government representation, we will have heavy representation from Department of Defense, as well as USAID, the SBA, the VA, HHS, Amtrak, and then the others that remain are part of Department of Defense. You can still buy a ticket. There's a link at the top of this top of this screen that will get you to the ticket page. We hope to see you there. And again, that's you'll find 300 to 400 federal government contractors as well. If you're looking to get onto any of these contract vehicles, we can help you with that. So just send us an email to the hello@jenniferschaus.com email address. Okay, a little bit about the series. As I mentioned, we're covering the top 15 tech companies in federal contracting, and we'll look at a variety of data points on each of these companies. Everything is complimentary and recorded. Again, you'll find the videos that were on our YouTube channel, along with 700 other government contracting videos, and our PowerPoints are posted onto slideshare.net. Okay, here's where we are today. We're everything in gray. We've covered VMware is what we're focusing on today. We'll hit one next week. We're going to skip the week of Thanksgiving, and then we'll pick back up with the last 3 webinars in December and close out on the 18th with Salesforce. Okay, how do we get the information? From our data providers. We've got Artisa Meehan from Fed Consult, who puts the data together for us, pulling from the old FedMine database, which is now part of GovSpend. And she and I work together to bring this presentation and this series to you. I mentioned GovSpend. Again, they are the platform that hosts the FedMine data. GovSpend provides government procurement data and analytics to organizations buying and selling in the public sector with transparency and accountability at the center of what they do. They strive to place data-driven insights into the hands of our federal, state, local, and education customers so that they can win more government contracts. The federal solution, the FedMine platform, harnesses data from 19 federal sources and empowers federal agencies to seamlessly explore the market, gain valuable insights through comprehensive spending analysis, and access detailed vendor profiles in real time. Okay, we also want to thank our in-kind sponsors and partners. And our friends over at GovEvents provide the premier platform for posting events related to government and government contracting. You can find all of our webinars and our events on govevents.com, as well as our recordings from our past 700 plus webinars. We also want to thank Tom Johnson and his team at Set Aside Alert. That's the go-to publication for contracting opportunities for small, women-owned, veteran-owned, HubZone, and 8A firms. Visit setasidealert.com for more information. Also, the Fairfax County Economic Development Group is a great resource for businesses in Northern Virginia. Please visit their calendar to learn about events and trainings, including this webinar series. The Virginia Apex Accelerator provides small businesses and aspiring government contractors with counseling, mentoring, and training. You can access their training calendar on the virginiaapex.org website, or contact them directly by email or phone number. They're headquartered at the George Mason University in Fairfax, Virginia, and offer a variety, again, of training services. Thanks again to the Virginia Apex Accelerator for their support. Our corporate sponsors include the companies that you see listed here and here. And let's learn a little bit more about them. FedBiz Access empowers small businesses with the tools, resources, and expertise needed to succeed in the federal marketplace. With over 23 years of experience, the team has helped clients secure over $34.7 billion in awards. They guide businesses through the complexities of government contracting with innovative marketing solutions, personalized support, and a steadfast commitment to your success. By fostering strong relationships and delivering exceptional results, they've become a trusted partner for businesses seeking to expand their federal contracting opportunities. Experience the FedBiz Access difference and unlock your potential today. You can call them directly at the phone number on your screen. C3 Integrated Solutions. If you're thinking about getting in on big tech contracts with Department of Defense, you need to prepare for CMMC. Compliance is a requirement, so it's important to start now. No matter where you are in the process, whether you're still in the planning mode or you've started and stopped, C3 can help. C3 provides a prescribed path to compliance that relieves 80% of all of your CMMC Level 2 assessment objectives, including 100% of all IT-related objectives, and supports you through the remaining 20%. Ensure your competitive advantage, lock in valuable DoD contracts, and get started with CMMC today. Contact C3 for more information by visiting their website. For over 65 years, Federal Publications Seminars, FPS, has been the premier provider of government contracts training, widely regarded as the industry's gold standard. Expert-led courses offer comprehensive education for all levels, from beginners to advanced professionals, covering essential, up-to-date topics crucial to government contracting. The 2025 course schedule is available, which you can see listed here on your screen. Learn more about FPS and their training solutions at fedpubseminars.com. Our Turner Consulting is a GovCon growth consultancy delivering the full spectrum of business development, capture, and proposal services from a team of experienced consultants led by Robert Turner. The firm's offerings include fixed price IDIQ proposals, curated market intelligence delivering scalable pipeline support, fpdsplus.com, which is a free GovCon procurement data analytics application, and rfqplus.ai, an AI-driven subscription delivering qualified IDIQ task orders to your inbox with your own personal AI assistant. Bid smarter and win more with our Turner Consulting. GovPro AI is revolutionizing government contracting. They transform your past proposals into a powerful AI engine, delivering customized pink team drafts in just 48 hours. By cutting drafting time by 70% and reducing costs by half, GovPro AI allows you to focus on what truly matters, strategy and win themes. Their human-in-the-loop approach ensures compliance and quality while seamlessly integrating with your existing processes. Built by government contracting experts for government contractors, they truly understand your challenges. If you want to boost your win rates and expand your federal business, visit GovPro AI today. Okay, WorkPlan. WorkPlan is a modern cloud-based ERP system hosted by Amazon Web Services that allows federal contractors to efficiently run and grow their business. It was built by federal contractors for contractors. WorkPlan allows contractors to remain FAR and DCAA compliant. Additionally, it allows remote access through desktop, cell phone, iPad, or laptop. Gain actionable insights from reports that cover multi-year contracts, multiple periods, the entire enterprise, or drill down for more detail. Report on direct and indirect project cost and project profitability in real time. Learn more and request a demo at workplan.com. Okay, our speaker series is Miss Archiza Meehan. Welcome back, Archiza. We've missed you the last couple of weeks, and I will turn the floor over to you for a moment.
Yes, it's great to be back after a pretty long trip. But anyway, for those who don't know me, my name is Archiza Meehan. I am the founder of FedConsult, a strategic consulting company that's focused on the federal space. I previously worked as head of federal at GovSpend FedMine, and I know Jennifer did an amazing an amazing introduction of GovSpan and FedMine. So I'm looking forward to today's webinar on VMware.
Excellent. Thank you, Archisa. And as we move on, again, today we're covering VMware. A little bit of company information here is really just some screenshots from their website, more specifically focused on their government sector business, which is primarily focused on Department of Defense. But here's some screenshots as well as the URL in case you're trying to get there in a hurry. They've got their DoD solutions laid out, as well as their success stories, kind of their past performance. So it's pretty easy to navigate and pretty easy to find and understand what they're doing. When we look at their AI initiatives, as we do for all of the big tech companies here, they do have a specific section just for that. Again, I included the URL just to make it easy so that if you are going down this path or you're just trying to get a broader picture of the company, it will be easy for you to navigate to this section for AI and machine learning. And just some more screenshots about what they're doing in this space as far as AI, which is obviously a hot topic. When we look over at LinkedIn, they've got their business page there. Again, if you're interested in doing work with them as a subcontractor or a teaming partner or in any way, shape, or form, we highly encourage you to follow their company here on LinkedIn. Look at the updates that they're posting, get some basic information about the company, look at who you're connected to or who you want to be connected to, as well as sign up for Google News alerts so that way you are informed of any changes within the company. They are actually owned by Broadcom. That acquisition happened in 2021, I think was the year. I've got it written on one of the other slides, but
right.
So let's just be cognizant and make sure that you're also following Broadcom. Okay, so when we look at the stock price, we're actually 2023, I think I said 2021. So Broadcom is the parent company. Ticker is ABGO. They're on the NASDAQ. The top institutional holders will somewhat mirror what we've seen over the last 11 weeks, which the usual suspects there. Stock price is trading at 176. This was in the last couple of days that we grabbed this information. If we go back in time, you can see that they really started to ramp up and hit some bigger numbers after 2020. When we look at lobbying information, we grab that data from opensecrets.org, which is a public site. It's free. It's available to anybody with an internet connection. They haven't spent a ton on lobbying, 3.3. Which is a little more than what we looked at last week, which I believe was the Uber. So again, we're looking here at Broadcom because VMware kind of rolls up under them as the parent company. So some dips and spikes here in 2024 is still underway. So again, just giving you a bigger picture of kind of where they are, and then you can kind of do the law of averages as you see how many lobbyists they use, which is kind of the purple line with the dots in it across the way. So maybe more lobbyists, but smaller dollar amounts. They were probably working on some initiatives perhaps that related to federal or state or local regulations. Or perhaps even mergers and acquisitions related to their own business. When we go over to sam.gov, this is where I'm going to turn it over to Archisa, and I will be quiet and let Archisa run with this. Thanks, Archisa.
Perfect. So just like I want to make sure that the slides here are talking about VMware only. The separate entity, the parent entity is Broadcom, but all the information that we're going to talk about is only for VMware. So next slide. And all of this data is really, all the contract data comes from FPDS, FedMine, GovSpan just basically integrate it all together and aggregate all the information. But all the data really is coming from FPDS, and I created the slides early this week, so it's pretty current data. In terms of awards over the past 5 years, government fiscal years, FY21, we see the awards that VMware has received as a prime at $18 million, which has increased to $28 million in 23. It's at about $22 million for FY24. And these numbers will definitely go up a little bit as we are yet waiting for all the DoD data to be made public. For those who don't remember, or we always tend to forget, the DoD data comes has a 90-day period before all of it is made public. So end of December is when we'll know all the DoD data has been made public. Next slide. In terms of civilian agencies, there's really not much. I think they got a small award in 22, which seems to have been deobligated in 23. I just put it out there because that was what we saw, but there really is not much. If we go to the next slide and I think go to the defense agencies, this is where all the awards are. And what was really, really interesting for me was to see that the major awards that they've won from Army is through OTAs. And it's really for Army soldier-led software factory, other transaction for prototype. So it seems to me they're building some type of prototype, and that's what this award is for. So it's pretty interesting for those who've been following the series that a lot of the tech companies are actually using OTAs. And I know, Jennifer, you've got a series of webinars that people can listen to on OTAs. I definitely think any company that's in technology needs to really follow up on OTAs and see how and if they can use them. That's my personal opinion, but I don't know if you wanted to add anything on that.
Yeah, thank you. So OTAs, other transaction authorities, these are non-FAR contracts, and the FAR is Federal Acquisition Regulation. So these are outside of the FAR. There's only certain departments or agencies that can actually use OTAs. It's Department of Defense, Homeland Security, Department of Energy, Department of Transportation. I think NASA is on that list, and maybe HHS. But if you navigate over to our website, I should have added a slide in here. But if you go to the section called Webinars and you scroll down, we've got probably 20 or so on OTAs. And yeah, it's something to be educated on, particularly for technology companies.
Perfect. So if we go to the next slide, let's look at all the, what's happening in terms of the industry codes, because it's all OTAs for the most of it. Anything that's an OTA does not assign the NAICS code, so you only see the small contract that they have that's gone under the 541, 512 NAICS code. The next slide will show us actually. If you could go to the next slide. Okay. Yeah, right there.
PSC codes, yeah.
Yes. You could see the PSC codes, and it's all gone under IT and telecom business application development, software as a service. So that's where the bulk of the contracts that went as OTA fall under. So it's always interesting. I always tell people, please pay attention to the PSC codes. You'll get a much better idea of what the work is. So it's always good to see that. And let's go to the next slide, which I think is subcontracts. VMware has won a few subcontracts with HP, General Dynamics, Leidos, and Triad National Security over the past 4 or 5 years. And they are typically for VMware related licenses or services that, these organizations are working directly with VMware. So again, very important to track and understand what that work is for. Next slide talks about the agencies. Again, Air Force is definitely an agency that VMware is pretty well established as a prime, and as you can see, as a sub. But they've also done some work with SEC and Department of Navy, as also the GSA and Energy. So just to give you a good idea of organizations that are working with VMware. Next slide. The NAICS codes, again, the 541, 512, and then you have a small one which has fallen under the facility support services. Now, this is really, must be a VMware license or something, and it's fallen under that prime contract number. And I think the next slide is going into VMware sales. So this is something that I'm always going to tell companies to do. You know, while VMware might not be having many prime contracts, there are a lot of organizations that sell VMware products and solutions. So in FY24, and keep in mind, I do expect this number to grow a little bit, we have more than $360 million that were awarded to 83 companies where VMware was a keyword in the contract description. Army, the VA, DoD, Treasury, Justice are all major agencies where VMware products and solutions have been sold. In terms of our top 10 prime contractors, we see Dell Federal, Thundercats, Cara, V3, Gate, as also Government Acquisitions, Inc. So a lot of companies that we all are very familiar with are all selling VMware products and solutions. The next slide is looking at the NAICS code. Again, you can see that the NAICS codes being used include the computer-related ones of 541519, as also the 511210 NAICS codes, just to give you a good idea of how the agencies are also procuring these products and services. Next slide. I thought it would be interesting to also see how much of it is going as small business and other than small business, almost a 50-50 split. And that makes sense, especially when you think of Dell having a large contract, so it sort of ties in. I also thought it would be good to see the types of set-asides, if any, that were used. Keep in mind that, the VA wasn't one of the top agencies that is using VMware solutions. So the SDV/OSB set-aside definitely makes sense when we're looking at these numbers. And then, of course, you see a good mix of small business set-asides, no set-asides. Always interesting to see set-asides, especially if you are a company that has any of these socioeconomic certifications. It's always makes sense to see and understand if, the agency is doing any set-asides. Next slide. The next slide talks about, IT opportunities for those who follow. Thank you for this slide. Exhibit 53 is the agency IT investment portfolio. It provides budget estimates for overall IT investments and significant IT systems. So we did find about 3 Exhibit 53s where VMware was the keyword. The first one is for Army, looking at the enterprise licenses. The second one also has, a VMware component in the background investigation, enterprise system infrastructure investment, and the DoD, the virtualization platform software really is for VMware licenses. So again, if you are in IT industry, I'm always going to recommend pay attention to all the Exhibit 53s and that are out there. There's a lot of information that the details have, as also this approved budget for the fiscal year. And I think that is it from my side. Back to you, Jennifer.
Great, thank you so much. That was a very succinct presentation. So now we're going to dig over to the federal sector news. There's really not much here. I even looked for Broadcom, but because these guys are usually part of a bigger package or see more of their sales potentially as a component, again, of a bigger solution or as a subcontractor, these are really the only headlines that I found. I mean, I did find more, but they were dated back to 3 and 4 years ago, which wasn't overly relevant to kind of what they're doing today. I believe there's something on their website. You can sign up for news alerts. They just had a conference out in Las Vegas. I think that was in October, so just last month. But here's kind of what I saw on the Broadcom. Again, the AVGO is their ticker. And that was pretty much it. So we would definitely, what we're giving you guys is high level data, and it's up to you to, if you're potentially going to work with them, is to dig into the data, dig into the contracts, the detail, the devil's in the details, to find out where you can provide value. If you're potentially a hub zone company and you're also STVOSB, then that hub zone, that chart that Archisa had with the set asides should be screaming to you, because the STVOSB piece was, was really killing it. They had a ton of revenue where Metronome businesses were selling a VMware component in their overall solution, and HubZone was pretty small on that list. So there could be some incentive to kind of push that along. You definitely don't want to lead with your set aside. You want to lead with your competencies, but just as an FYI, just kind of a tip on how to use some of this data. Anything else that you want to add, Archisa? Okay, maybe not.
No, I think I think you've covered it pretty well, Jennifer.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for the data. Thanks everybody for joining us, and we hope to see you next week. And then we'll take a short break for Thanksgiving, and then we'll jump back in. You'll find the recording on our YouTube channel within 24 hours. In the event that you are watching this on YouTube, give us a like, leave a comment. We would love to hear from you. Subscribe to the channel, and you'll get alerted immediately when anything is uploaded. And we do have other uploads aside from the big tech webinars, so you will get those notifications. Don't forget to join us on the 9th next month, which is about a month away. You'll meet with these federal government departments and agencies, very heavy on DoD. So we do hope to see you there. And again, thanks for attending, everybody, and thanks, Archisa.
Thank you.